Hello, everyone. Welcome again to another edition of Find Ways to Win. I am your host, FitzgeraldStephens. Hope you guys are having a great day, an incredible day. Get the day that you want, get the day that you work for, you plan for, and you're really expecting for. I want to talk to you guys in a moment, talking about the subject: Are you prepared to produce? Are you prepared to produce? Now, winning involves action steps. Winning involves steps that you take and behind the scenes when no one's looking. Certainly, I would advocate getting your mindset right, which is, in my opinion, is the most key component of everything. But you're getting yourself ready to win. You're getting the necessary, going through the necessary steps that are helping you guys lock on your goal, lock on your target, locked on the things that you want to accomplish, and you have a clear mental picture of that. But the preparation is just as important as the execution. Often that's not said enough, and I certainly didn't hear a lot about it. But it is very, very important. Knowing what you're doing, knowing where the steps to go, having a clear, concise direction, a plan, a steps for victory. We're looking at things and like visualize the outcome. Okay, now whatever endeavor you're going to undertake and whatever endeavor you're getting ready to do, you have to look at what does it take to become this person, or what does it take to this person I want to be, or what does it take to become this person to achieve this goal that I feel I must have. Okay, so well, number one, besides mindset, I want you guys to look at associations, your network. Have you taken counsel to people who have gone this way before? Have you studied them? Have you listened to them? Are you listening to them? Are you studying them? Are you getting the necessary foundation to build up the confidence that you need to go out there and compete and put a winning plan of action, a winning game plan, or execution plan, and have you meticulously thought it through. We did what's oftentimes endeavors are short-lived or not even launched simply because they're not properly thought out. There's an adage that we call it winging it. Winging it is cool in some things, yeah. I mean, I've done it, and I've known many of people to do it. But I noticed those who consistently achieve their goals have an action plan with time limits. They're seeing how they need to do to get better. What do they need to eliminate? What do they need to lock on? What do they need to polish? And then they go out there and execute that according to the plan. They don't allow themselves to get deviated. They don't allow themselves to get detracted or distracted far as from what they're trying to accomplish. They have a single mind, laser focused, straight line about what they're trying to do, what they want to achieve, and the work they're willing to put in to do that. It is vital that we really look at, okay, how are we going to win? How are we going to accomplish this goal? Do we have the right things and actions? Do we have the right variables? Is the timing right? So many factors goes into winning. Often the winners practice behind the scenes for hours and hours and hours and hours, sometimes even in years. In that case of some Olympic athletes, I heard a story was on the Facebook. What it was, a story was a caption, and it said, trained 10 years to run 7 seconds. Trained 10 years to run 7 seconds. You don't you think people just blow away the competition consistently because they happen to have proper skills, or they happen to have luck on their side, or they happen to have some just affinity moment. No, that what they have did, they have spent countless of hours of practice and honing their skills and honing their craft, being engaged in what they need to do, often seeking out trainers, people who can help their gifts become better, people who can eliminate things out of their lives that will hold that gift back, or worse than that, that will not get maximum execution out of that gift. So seek out people who can build you. Seek out situations that can really inspire you, and be willing to put in the work in order to get your goal. See, the winners are made in the dark. Winners are made in the dark. Winners are made, but when all the crowds are not present, when the pat on the backs are not necessarily there, and when the discouragement is overwhelming, and sometimes the confusion and the mental fatigue or the physical fatigue or many other variables are at their highest moments. Those are actually done be away from the crowd, away from the bright lights, away from the stage, away from the platforms. And people look at this and look at people and say, hey, he or she seems like they're so effortlessly accomplishing things. They seem like they're so effortlessly guiding through life. No, it's not effortlessly guiding through life. They have place to practice in. They have put in the work behind the scenes. And because they have put in that maximum work, and they have prepared themselves, that's where the execution is excellent. It becomes almost like an automatic reflex. It becomes something they just do. They don't have to think about it. The words are smooth, the actions are smooth, the execution is smooth. Why? Because they have failed many times in the dark, many times where people were not there to see, many times when they didn't even want to continue doing the work themselves. They felt like giving up, many times behind tears and the self-doubt. All those are overcome in practice. The more you prepare, the more confident you are you're going to be when you go out there and execute. People can tell one who has prepared for something as opposed to one who hasn't. It's the fluidity, it's the smoothness of it. It's the expectation of difficulties or circumstances or questions. It's the anticipation of obstacles before they even come. It's the having a B plan to still reach that goal even when they're executing. So don't be shy of thinking like your work doesn't matter, your work behind the scenes, and it doesn't matter. Like, don't be surprised when you face those discouraging times, saying, hey, what I'm doing is really not mattering. It is mattering, and it will show once you are executing. Preparation is the key to victory. Preparation is the key to victory. You have to be prepared, and you have to know that you are prepared. We look at great athletes, and one in my mind comes in right now is Steph Curry, point guard of the Golden State Warriors, and how we are enthralled by his gift of being able to seamlessly hit three pointers all over the court. I mean, shots that look like it's just no way. How did he do that? But how many times of us, when we see the highlights, how many times do they show clips of him in the gym shooting thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of three pointers, perfecting that gift, perfecting that craft, perfecting the touch, perfecting the release, perfecting getting open, and perfecting creating his own shots. How many times do we see that? Well, I never saw highlight film on that. I never saw highlight film on him that whatsoever, but yet we can see the work when he's on the court, and we can see the work how effortlessly he makes that. So is great titans of business, or people who have great relationships, great marriages, people who have wonderful relationship with their children. But ladies and gentlemen, I submit to you, they have prepared in the dark. And what we see is the fruit of that preparation. And so they have embraced the work, and they are constantly keep working to hone their skills. You got to be prepared to produce. You are known by what you produce, not what that is how people judge you in the marketplace. You're known that either you are producing or you are not. But there are keys to produce, and the main key is in the preparation. The main key is in the preparation. Only exceeded only exceeded by the mindset that, hey, I'm going to go out here and win. I am prepared. I am prepared to give this speech. I am prepared to give this presentation. I am prepared to present my product to the marketplace. I am prepared to win. I am prepared. I am prepared for only victory because I know that I have put in the work. And that is the way that winners are produced, behind the lights, behind the stage, behind the curtains. And that's the way that you're going to be prepared to produce. That's the only way that you can produce. Yes, I'm not going to negate natural talents. I'm not going to negate natural gifts of speaking, every natural gifts of a sports genius, a natural gifts, an intellectual genius. Yes, there are definitely people who are more gifted in those areas than other people. I don't doubt that, and I embrace that. But even then, I noticed that with great athletes and great business leaders and people who achieve great things in life, they seem to have a coach, a trainer, a mentor, someone that is helping them get that skill to a razor sharp perfection and keep it to razor sharp perfection. What is your system of preparation? A lot of things you simply can't go alone because it's very easy to grade yourself with the highest rewards and the highest marks, should I say, when you are looking solely at your performance and you're the judge of that performance. That can be a biased thing. That doesn't necessarily mean you don't have weaknesses. That doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have dark spots. But sometimes you can overlook that because maybe you excuse this stuff. But when you prepare, when you have someone to hold you accountable, when you have a great mentor, someone that can teach you and someone that can keep a part in you, that is one of the ways you can really rise to the top of your craft. But ultimately, it's up to you to put the time in. It's up to you to put the work in. It's up to you to put the preparation in. Don't hate the grind. I'm talking about, in this case, a grind. I'm referring to the grind of preparing, the grind of working, the grind of practicing, the grind of constantly doing the practice runs, the mechanics that are necessary for the execution. Don't despair that. Embrace that. It's in a little wonder when the results come and the accolades come, and people will tell you, people will say like, wow, you really knocked it out the park, or you really performed. You expected it, because deep down, while they're sitting around there saying how easy that is and how good things always come to you, you know the countless and countless of hours that you have prepared. You know the time and the work that you have put in behind the scenes to give a finished product, to give a good presentation, to go through the mechanics and to build something great, to achieve your goal constantly. And it's an ongoing process. It's not something that you arrive and you discover one time and say, okay, I got it. Now I can just go ahead and just go ahead and coast. When the danger of coasting and the dangers of thinking that you have arrived at the top performance of your skills is the fact that you tend to stop doing the things that got you to the top performance of your skill. You stop practicing. You get lazy. You get lethargic. You think that you got this, and that everything is going to clear. Everything is going to be as it was before. Not so. Skills have to be constantly used. The skills have to be constantly honed. The skills have to be constantly sharpened, or they will tend to get dull. And when they get dull, you can see it in your performance. That you can see that you're not as smooth as you once was. You're not as fluid as you once was. You deal with nervousness. You deal with shyness. You deal with doubt and discouragement. Wondering if you gave a good enough presentation. Wondering if you put in a good enough work in order to get the sale, in order to achieve the goals. And anytime you have those indicators of fear, nervousness, uptightness, a lack of confidence, that's an indication to you that you have not practiced enough. You simply have to go back to the things that built you. Boxers are really well for doing that. They spend hours and hours of training and hours of conditioning, getting their bodies in peak physical conditioning, getting their mindset, being able to take blows yet still keep coming forward, still keep moving, being able to surgically hit body, the body in areas that they know will be debilitating to their opponent. But they have studied that. They have spent many years in the gym with the punching bag, running laps, and sometimes until they vomit. Sleepless nights, denying themselves for many pleasures, including sexual, in order to achieve this goal. And so we wonder, like, wow, why are they so devastating? Why are they always destroying their opponents? Or why are they always, how can they keep coming back? Or how did he know how to hit that opponent there? How did he know when that he put his left leg forward? He's gonna come with a left upper hook. How did he know that? Because he took time to study. He took time to prepare. He took time to study not only his craft and prepare for his craft, but he took time to study his opponent, which is the third thing about it. You got to study what you have to study your opposition. You have to study study the weakness of your opposition. You have to study the things that could possibly trip you up and learn a strategy and how to overcome. You're constantly executing. Then when you are properly prepared, only then do you go out there and you are willing, knowing that you are prepared to produce. Production is a choice, ladies and gentlemen. It has nothing to do with luck. It has nothing to do with being the anointed one, or the anointed child, or favor on that. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with preparation. Ask our soldiers all over the world, and they will tell you that they have prepared hours and hours and hours of drills, weapons training, hand-to-hand combat. And so when they're actually on the field, it's little wonder it just becomes automatic to them. It's little wonder they don't have to think about it. They have spent hours developing courage and understanding the price that must be paid, and they are willing to pay it, and they have paid it. Because if a soldier's not prepared, he can't expect to be battle ready. You have to get yourself battle ready. You have to get yourself like, I know obstacles are going to come. I know hardships are going to come. I know this is not going to be easy. Get that word out your vocabulary. I know this is not going to be easy, but it can be much smoother, and it can be victorious, provided I have prepared. I have put the time in for preparation. If you're looking at this like a pie, or better yet, should I say a circle? 3/4 of the circle should be spent in preparation. One 1/25 of the circle should be put in execution, getting out there and actually doing the work. And if you're not achieving the results that you want, what's that telling you? I need to bring some extra help in. I need to go back to the drawing board and practice more, produce my skills, and produce more of my skills in this area, or eliminate this skill in this area. If you're prone to fear and prone to whatever people think, you're never going to achieve anything great. If you're not racing against your own competition, against your own self, if you're not really trying to overcome the biggest obstacle to your success, which is being you, and understanding your flaws and your weakness, and what stops you from executing, and what stops you from achieving and going forward, or what stops you when you start achieving, that you stop and then you start back up. That's a flaw within you, and that can be addressed, provided you're willing to give some real, very strong observation to exactly what you're doing, and exactly the mechanics of your process, in order for you to be prepared to produce. And expect production when you have put in the work behind the scenes of preparing. Only expect production when you are prepared. Production does not come to the unprepared. Production does not come to the unskilled and the unlearned and the lazy and the procrastinators, and those people who are not really to take their life and their goals seriously. It just doesn't come, and it never will come like that. Oh man, maybe you could hit a streak that you can't explain, and things just fell in your lap, but those are very, very rare. Winners respect the grind. Winners respect the preparation. The winners respect the work that's necessary to go out there and grind and grind and grind and grind. Then they expect to produce. Because why did they expect to produce? Because they know they have prepared hard behind the scenes. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope this has been beneficial to you. I hope you will apply this. Now, don't be so inundated with always preparing but not going out and compete. But pretty soon you're going to have to stop preparing and actually start engaging. So don't let your weakness or don't let your lack of preparation stop you from getting your goals or stop you from producing or stop you from achieving. Go out there and take responsibility. I am responsible for the results that I get. I am responsible for the results I get. You are responsible for the results that you're getting. If you don't like the results you're getting, change, work harder, prepare more, engage more, put in the work, study your opposition more, get your mindset right, and get your mindset set on nothing but the course of victory. I certainly want to give a shout out to the new subscribers and the people who tune in and who are benefited for this channel. I appreciate it. Turned out like my largest audience seems to come out of India, so I really appreciate you guys over there, and thank you very much for tuning in to things. But these truths are applicable no matter where you are, no matter what you got, what you're trying to do. Never hate the grind. Never hate the process of preparation, because only through the process of preparation can you produce. Please hit like and subscribe and share with this stream. Please watch it over again. These truths are sometimes absorbed, not necessarily at first time, but like the second or third time actually viewing. You might want to look at, you might want to go ahead and reference my video, a purpose first. What are you built for? Purpose first. What are you built for? It goes right along with this, but there's nothing that can be substituted for the adage of preparation. You are either prepared or you are not. You are either producing or you are not. Make sure that you're on the winning side of the equation each and every time. Don't let anyone outwork you. Don't let anyone outwork you. That's the one thing you can control. You can control the amount of work that you put in behind the scenes. Don't let anyone outwork you. Never let anyone outwork you, and just get in there and grind and grind and grind and grind and grind. Produce, and go back to the grinding, produce, prepare, produce. God bless you all. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Have an awesome day.